Guess I'll do Twitch. Guess I'll do Twitch. See if it happens. See if it works. You know what I mean? I have to log in. I don't remember what my login is. Okay, this is not working either. I don't remember what my stuff is. Guess what? Nope. Let me see if I can do it this way. Yes. Look like it work. Good. Good. Manage channel. 370, baby. That's what it is. Oh, I gotta see if it's actually working. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Can I hear myself? Actually working. See what it is. It's also sounding hot and garbagey. Stop. 53. I mean, it sounds bad. Hot and garbagey. Stop. Well, I guess I'll put the mic all up in my face like that, yo, and then y'all can hear it. Let me put that up here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I want to chat because I don't really need to see me. There we go. Chat is there, and that's a good. That's a good sign that things are working. Oh, I got the AC on too. Y'all didn't really hear that, did y'all? Ooh, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can. I don't need this one up actually. I'll close that. Yeah, I can close that. Or I can put it down here. Where did I put it? Come here. Come here. You go here. You go weaving. You go here. Oh, we can shrink that down real small. There you go. That's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Okay. Got that. We need some butt. Where's my butt at? There's my butt. I love butt. Y'all know what I mean. Don't be dirty. Let's get dirty. Let's get dirty. No! Let's get dirty. Let's get dirty. Let's get dirty. Let's get dirty. Dirty. I guess I can make this bigger. I make the Discord bigger. There's the Discord. Yeah. All games is here. This is Mixer. And I don't have Twitch. I should, but I couldn't log in. Cause I don't know why. I guess it automatically timed me out or something. I guess I could start. I should start. I'm tired. That's not a good way to start a show. Is I'm tired. I don't wanna like. La di da da, la di da 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 da, o a o a. SOS, breaker 19 Mayday, surviving off of pennies until my next payday. All I ever wanted was a real nice lady. You should watch those. Every time I see my face. Okay, I guess I'll connect. There we go. Okay. So yeah. So I'm streaming my voice in, let's see how many places. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5 places at once. Video on 3. 4 if you count Discord, but I don't, because I haven't really messed with the video on Discord. Nor do I care to. And I've been busy messing with some video game stuff. We're making a game. We are. I'm part of a team that's making a game. That sounds better. And yeah, I've been doing that. So a little tired. I don't want to say late nights today. I'm not. The show's not even started yet, and I'm still doing the show. Oh, the show starts at 7, by the way, 3 minutes. So hold your horses, hold them tight. Hold them tight, too close to your body. I can't even talk. Tight to the body. Yeah. Everybody wanna just rock it up on the floor. Everybody wanna sit down top of the dough. I'm a deep with your tongue, cock it goes on. It's no lick it, don't dominate, no. I'm on a team, no tie. I'm on no play, they do fly. I'm on no fly. I'm on no shake, it don't tie. I'm a like it can go fly. Everybody why? Sing it, don't take it, don't tie. I'm on no team, no tie. I can do that. I don't know, chain on the back. Zig is okay, can go that. I am brown, not black. I'm on the king, no that. I don't do smoking, no crack. I'm on the tingle, no rap. I'm on no bigger, no black. I'm on no jingles, no track. I'm on no flow. I'm on the neck, no, let's go. I'm on the dish, I'm got go. Yeah, I'm on the tim and the pat. I'm on no flip and no flap. I'm on no crap. I'm on no sim and no trap. I'm on no whip and no blap. I'ma go grab. I'ma go jiggies on Zach. I'ma go glick it, go black. Bip it, no bap. Sippin' no pippin', no cap. Sippin' no flippin', no flap. If it don't crap. Open that side. I'm on that whoa. Making no sippin', no winning the flow. I'm on the dip. I'm on that sock. Remember no pump in the pim in the pop. I'm on no side. I'm on no black. I'm on no paper, no ziggy go guy. I'm on no pop. Top of the pole. Paper do sap of the flippity blow. Yo, that's mad easy. I thought, I was like, how am I gonna rhyme like that? Even though I didn't rhyme, it's just about the rhythm. Yeah, that's easy. I'm gonna have to write some track. I'm gonna have to write some songs, son. Yeah. Everybody wanna hate on me. Everybody wanna hate on me. What up, y'all? Sorry, Nightcast, the official blind dish, Coke on Crystal, Super Dope Show, Reservoir9.com, RepresentAllGames.com. I am Stephen D. Gibson. I turn the music off. Stephen D. Gibson, aka Esgee, aka Electron Bandit, aka the music composer and sound effects helper outer of a game that I can't mention right now. That we are indeed. We submitted our game into a international, meaning not U.S.,
So I guess it's just a foreign. But let's say international sounds better. Game competition. So, yeah. It's big, actually. I could say that, right? It's big. BIG. It's the Brazilian International Interactive. I don't know what the I means in that. But it's a Brazilian competition. So, yeah, we got a game in there. Because Rafa, he's right next door. He's like, yo, man. And they're like, okay. So that's what happened. But yeah, that's what's up as far as that stuff goes. You guys haven't heard any of the music from that game because I don't have it in my playlist, and I haven't been playing the playlist ever, never. Probably 30 songs deep. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, it's a fun experience. It's fun because. There it is. What up, y'all? It's our Nightcast Viewership by Dudes, Con Creator, Super Show, Reservoir9.com, represent all games. I just did this, and I was like, oh, I didn't press the button. The button. Anyway, I was explaining that I am part of a team that's working on a video game, and the video game is such and such disclosed classified name. I can't say it, and that's not the title, but I just can't say it. And we entered it into a gaming competition in Brazil, BIG, big, and that's what's up. Quick synapses. Anyway, yeah. So that's what I've been doing, making the music, and it's fun. This is what I was getting to. It's fun because I enjoy doing it. You know, it's like, oh man, I gotta do this, that, and this, and that. I gotta cram and do a whole bunch of work. But it's like, it's not like, oh, it's sucky work. It's like, when you're done with the work, you see this, then Rafa goes, it goes, and it shows up in the game, and you're like, ooh, that's kind of nice. Or, ooh, we gotta fix that right there. And there's some things I need to fix. Particularly with Bridget's voice. Because I had her. I was like, say the words, woman. And she was like, ouch, ouch, ow, ow, ooh, ah, ah, ouch. This is awesome. No, I didn't make her say that. I just said, say stuff that, like, something cool happened. Or you're taking some vitamins and you feel great. And that's what she came up with. Because she's not a voice actor. So when you employ a non-voice actor, you have to get the genuine reactions from them because they don't know how to fake it. For the most part, some people are just good liars, so they can do it if they're not voice actors, but they can do it. But some people aren't. They don't have full command of their vocal cords and such. I'd say I'm in the mid range, 50% voice actor. 50% not. I could probably pull it off if I kind of did, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, video game. I'm still watching videos with Corey Barlog talking about my game. He has such a pleasant sounding voice. Not the name. His voice is pleasant sounding. That's what I said. You know, you just listen to him all day like him and Comey. Him and Comey had the most like, wow, you're just talk because I'm gonna go to sleep. Just put me to sleep. Not that you're boring. It's just you have soothing voices. It's pleasant, smooth, nice. You know. So, GK128 says, is it on Netflix yet? And there's nothing else on TV. And by Netflix, do I mean FSS, FXX? If not, then no. Not yet. I got jokes. So I saw Civil War. Don't know how many people have seen Civil War. Don't know if you want me to spoil it. I don't think I should, but I'll talk about it. But I won't spoil it. Maybe I'll spoil it. I'm trying to think. Is there really This is a long... Okay. I don't want to get to quite yet. Let me go to God of War first. Well, let me go to what I've been doing before besides gaming. Because today was like, oh, okay, I don't have to do any studio session stuff. So let me get some stuff done around the house. And I had to because we have a pony wall in our house, right? If you guys don't know what a pony wall is half a wall. Basically, it goes up to about 3.5 feet or something like that. Right? Pony wall. And I was like looking at it. And I guess the previous owner or whoever, they slapped some wood together all ass backwardy and haphazardly, and it was just crooked. And they, instead of putting a piece of wood on top of this pony wall, because the pony wall is just studs with drywall on the side, instead of putting one piece of wood, they took two borders that you get, kick borders for the floor, they're about 2 inches, I guess. 2 of those, or 2.5 inches, and put them back to back, and then put them and it's still crooked. And I'm like, you didn't even shim it. And then they put one of they put a border on it, and one of the pieces were upside down. I'm like, this whole thing is crazy. So I ripped it all off, which is easy because they use nails. Thank you. And I was looking at it, I was like, oh, why did I do it? So I had to build the thing today. It's just a piece of poplar and some side pieces of a piece of 1x6 by however long it is, and some 1x2s to frame it all around. And I just I sanded it all down, and I put some wood filler in the holes, because my saw sucks. And I was like, zoom. It's like, that's crooked. Oh well, bing bang boom. And I put some nails in it. I was gonna do some of those, the screw. I forgot. It's a countersink, but it's not. It's like an angle. You screw in from the back, and you don't get any things in the front. But I was like, you know what? I'm too lazy, so I just nailed it in. I put some liquid nails because I didn't have any wood glue because Bridget threw it away because she throws away everything. She said it was bad. I was like, oh, whatever. I was using it the other day, so whatever. Anyway, yeah. So I put the liquid nails, slap, pat, sand, slap some wood filler in it. So I'm letting that dry until like tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna sand that down. And then, yeah, that's it. I'll just put it on top. I won't secure it yet because I don't know if they still have to do some work on it. But that's what I've been doing all day. That, and then I put some wheels. I got this metal rack. It's kind of like a server rack. But Tony gave it to me, right? So I was like, that's cool, right? It's too big for here, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna use it as like a desk surface okay, so in our garage, we have an extra large 1-car garage. It's kind of like a 1.5, but it's still 1 3/8. And me and Bridget are going to make a workspace. Still enough room for the car to move in, but like the sides, we'll have storage on the sides. It's gonna be. What we're doing is we're going to like thrifty shops, the restore store, and we're getting old TV cabinets and them big armoires. We put the big old heavy Sony Wega in there. You like blam, right? It's like this big, it's like this thick, and it's like, whoa, it's like big. People don't need those anymore because TV's like paper thin. You just hang your TV on the wall. You don't need a big. So all of those things are super cheap. I bought one for $26. It's big and all crazy. I was like, oh, okay, that's all right. So if you want to have storage for your garage and you don't want to spend all them thousands of dollars that they charge, because I saw a little desk thing with a little bit of storage for like $230. I was like, nah, son. Nope. I'm gonna go buy me a little $20 top from IKEA and slap it on the top. And actually, I probably want to do. I probably just go to Home Depot and give me a 4x8. I don't even need a 4x8. I gotta measure it. But anyway, so yeah, that's what we're doing. We're looking at. That's an interesting looking one. How much is that? $2. Okay, put it in the truck. Let's go. So that's what we're doing to save money and to be a little artistic. And we're gonna hook the garage up. We're getting that house painted on the inside. So it's a lot of work. They're scraping off all the popcorn ceiling because the house was built in 75. So popcorn. But they're doing that, and they did 2 rooms already. Oh my God, it looks so good. I was like, dang, these fools is good. It's hard. I've scraped popcorn ceiling before. I don't like it. I was like, nah, I ain't not doing that again. And we're like, we're gonna get the house painted inside and out. I was like, since we doing all this work, bing, How about that right there? She's like, no, that's too much. Nope. Put my foot down. I did the veto. I vetoed it. And said, yo, popcorn's gone. So they got 2 rooms left. Oh no, he did the living room. They just got to paint it actually. Just the bedroom. Because I need it smooth. So when I put the mirrors up there, it'd be easier to install and mount. Because safety first, don't want a mirror falling on you when you're sleeping. That's dangerous. Okay, Anna. You know what? We did go see a house when we were looking for houses that had a mirror on the ceiling. I was like, oh, really? What is that? Okay. Thank you, Tiger Claw. Tiger Claw says, on that cast live right now. I don't have my Twitch open because Twitch was being a biatch right now. So whoever's in Twitch, you can go to allgames.com/live and check the chat there, or you can go to the Discord. Oh no, you probably have to get invited on the Discord. So, or you go to mixer.com/SG. I'm looking at all those, but I can't look at the Twitch chat because Twitch was being a bitch and wouldn't let me in. So sorry about that. Which is a shame because I did have some peeps on Twitch that would show up for the show, but not anymore. And I guess, well, did I stop? I think I stopped streaming on the All Games Twitch, and now I'm on the R9. Am I on the R9cast Twitch? I think I'm on the R9cast Twitch. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna look. Tiger Claw chat says, SG, so how about that Infinity War? This is exactly how Tiger Claw sound, though. Exactly. I got his impersonation to the exact pronunciations, decibel textures. So, SG, so I can't even read it though. SG, so how about that Infinity War? Did you cry like a baby? Did I cry? No. No, I cried at Logan. Logan's cry. Logan is, oh man, that's sad. Infinity War is like when that part with Thanos. Sorry. When the part with Thanos and Gamora came up, I was like, I figured it out moments before it happened. And I was like, oh, okay. That's convenient. But, you know. Not spoiling, of course. Homecoming is on Stars. Oh yeah, check it out then. That's cool. Homecoming. I bought the Blu-ray. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta collect those movies, son. You know what? I might check out Logan in 4K tonight. That's the only 4K movie I got. There's what do you call them? Milestones, I guess, for like geeks like me who's like kind of in the video form. I'm not an audiophile, not really, kind of, but not really. Even though I deal with audio and stuff, and I want it to sound as good as possible, I'm not a super audiophile. I can appreciate it, but sometimes being an audiophile is like, yo, here's these headphones for $400, and I'd be like, hell to the no, they're not that good. I'm sorry. You know, a lot of those expensive headphones way overpriced. Just letting y'all know. Wonder Woman was good, but that's has nothing to do with Marvel. Ragnarok. Oh yeah, I thought Ragnarok would be on Netflix by now because they're still doing Disney Marvel movies on Netflix. So it might pop up on Netflix before that deal is up, which is next year, I think, in 19, I think. What was I saying? Wow. Netflix, they talk about the movies, that's why I shoot. Infinity War. 4K. Yeah, so milestones. So when I got a DVD player, when the first DVD I got for said DVD player, which was I think I just bought a Sony DVD player. I think I still have my first Sony DVD player. Believe it. It should be worth money, right? First movie I got, first DVD I ever got was Titan AE. Don Bluth's last film. He's not dead or anything. It's just that was the last one he did. I think that was the last one he did. Excuse me. Then Blu-rays came out. I got an Xbox One, which is my first Blu-ray player, because it does make sense to buy a standalone Blu-ray player ever, never, ever, never. So I got, what was the first Blu-ray I got? I don't remember. Wow, I don't remember what the first Blu-ray I got. That's a shame because I usually do. Yeah, don't. It might have been one of the Marvel movies. I didn't think about it. Because the Xbox One came out in 2006. I mean, wow, 2013. And I didn't have a Blu-ray player before that. Wait, okay, I had a 360. And then the Xbox One came out. In 2013, I didn't have a Blu-ray player. I didn't have a PS3 at that time. So I was missing out, I guess. Oh, yeah, that's what it was. And I was watching DVDs on my 1080p screen. So I was like, oh, that's all right. It's okay. Then I got the Blu-ray. I was like, ooh, that's what it is. And now, I had a 4K screen and Xbox One X. And it's like, oh, I get it now. Here's the thing. I don't know if y'all know. Tiger Claw says this is the first DVD I ever bought was Fifth Element. That's a good one. Tiger Claw. That's a good movie. I was in Walmart and I saw Valerian right there. I was like, It was in 4K. I was like, that might be a good 4K jammy right there. Even though if the movie is hot garbage, I'm like still pretty to look at, right? Didn't get it. Got Logan instead. Because Logan was cheaper. And a better movie. So, I mean, how you gonna argue with Logan? Logan got more feelies than Infinity War. I don't care if you got CG Thanos crying like a bitch. Like, I'm gonna rule the world. He's not crying for what did Red Skull say? Spoilers. Not really if you don't know the context. But we'll talk about that in a few times. We'll talk about the Infinity War. Why it was great, why it was not. What's coming up next as far as a continuation of this story and all that stuff. But yeah, so what I was playing some Sea of Thieves today. I'm still trying to get my pirate rank up. I've been playing solo since Jump. So I'm like, and when I played the beta, I didn't like it. I was like, I don't like this solo stuff. I don't like it. Then I played it on Xbox One. I was like, okay, it's a little better. It's smoother. The graphics is. The thing about Sea of Thieves is that it's not an ugly game. So even though it's like, oh, there's nothing to do, that's not exactly true. There's a lot to do. It's just it's not a run and gun. It's not a Twitch type of game. When I say Twitch, I mean not Twitch streaming. Twitch. It's not a Twitch shooter. It is one of those kind of, yeah, let's go sailing, man. Let's go. All right, yeah, let's go. And then you're on the ocean. You're like, whoosh. I can't play it too much because I do get a little bitty motion sickness, a little bit because of the wave movement. See, I am susceptible to seasickness like a mudflower. So I don't get motion sickness in cars. So I'm good on that, but unless I'm trying to read when the car's moving, then yeah, no, I can't do that. But yeah, so I've been just doing gold hoarder missions. So just get the treasure. And I actually went to what was it? I think it was the Thieves Grotto or something. I can't remember what the island was called, but it was like an island with a big middle lagoon, and it was all cool. It was like a little hideout. I was like, yo, this place is kind of cool. And there was a captain's chest there or something. I was like, oh snap! I grabbed that real quick. It wasn't even part of a mission or a bounty. It was just there. I was like, oh, I picked it up, threw it on my ship, went back. And I usually do if there's two on one island, which is the second level. because I'm still doing like the initiation stuff. Then you do 2, but that was just 1. I usually do 1 at a time. I don't hoard them together because fools will jack you real quick and kill you, and then you be like, oh man. Because what happened one time, I went to drop off my chest, right? I was like, yo, give my money, son. And then I did it, right? And I was on land just chilling, and I saw a ship come up, and they just ran into me, right? And I was on land. I was looking at them like, what the hell are they doing? And they didn't shoot me automatically, but they eventually killed me. I didn't have anything to give them. They just killed me because they're bastards. So, and I didn't have my mic on. So next time and all the times when I play, I'm gonna put my mic in so that I can talk. And I think we could probably hooked up and done some missions together. But I'll do that next time. What in the is going on with Chris Evans at the beginning of Captain America? They made him look like he weighs 25 pounds. Yeah, that's the whole story of Captain America. He was a skinny little boy. And then he took the steroids, and then he got all big. That's what happened. That's it. You know, it's not like T'Challa, where T'Challa was already thick. Then he took the flower juice, and he was like, yo, I'm thick and super strong stuff now. And my muscles ain't have to grow. Captain America. Anyway, so Sea of Thieves is better than people give it credit for. And I don't really understand all the hate, and I feel bad for Valve. I feel bad for Rare because they made a good game. They made a good foundation. People are complaining that there isn't enough to do. But look at PUBG. Is there enough to do in PUBG? You jump off a plane, you get some weapons and such, vehicle if you're lucky, and you kill everybody. And that's it. Sea of Thieves actually has more stuff to do in it than PUBG. But people are complaining. They're not complaining about PUBG not having enough stuff to do, are they? No. So why would you say oh, I know why, because it's not fast paced? It is when you run into people. Oh, I know why. You know what? I know why. It's because the combat isn't really technical, I guess. It's not really skill-based combat. It's really loose and slow. So it's not like, oh man, I'm the best pirate because I got mad shooting skills. It's like, nope. No, you don't. I also the first time I played Sea of Thieves, I did have some problems with server lag, and I was like, oh, that's right. I remember they said that when you jump in a server in Sea of Thieves, it generates the map. So the map is a server, blah blah blah, and it's all synced to whoever else is in the map. So the waves and the weather and everything is synced so that it all works. I mean, yeah, of course, that's how it's supposed to work. But, you know, if there's some hiccups with the server and you get some server lag, then, you know, there's a little bit of jumping around. I was jumping around. Not anybody else wasn't, but it was just me. I was like, oh, like when I was moving. So I was like, that's kind of messed up. But that didn't happen. It happened once, the first time, and then I think it happened another time, but it wasn't. It was momentary. It wasn't all the time. So it's been generally good performance as far as that stuff goes. But yeah, I'm gonna just continually play it and get my status up. I don't know if I'm gonna go all the way. Is it 50? You have to be 50 on each one. I'm only 10 on the gold. Tyclaw says computers are amazing, especially what they did with Peter Dinklage. It was brilliant. I was not expecting Peter Dinklage in Infinity War. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. I see what they did. That was pretty good. It totally subverted what the general populace's knowledge of a certain thing is in mythology. Now, I don't know if it's the same in the comic, but it was pretty cool. You know what? Infinity War talk. Let's talk about it. Y'all talking about it in the chat. I'm gonna talk about it now. I'm not gonna spoil anything. You know, I always wait a week. So it just came out this week. I'm gonna wait a week. So next week I'm gonna spoil it. Even though there was something else that I saw that I didn't spoil, and I forgot to talk about it the next week. But yeah. So I'll talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and the non-rememberable music. Look, I got nothing against Alan Silvestri, but the only theme that you know from the Avengers is the main thing. That's it. Name me another theme from the Avengers. You can't. That's the only one I know. And I pay attention to the music. And I was like, I don't know. Because here's the thing that sucks about the Avengers, but it's not the fault of the movie itself. The soundtrack is not memorable. Now, when you have super dope, awesome movies, every element of that movie is usually dope. You're like, yo, man, remember when the music started and you were like, right? There's none of that is in the event. You cannot name me an instance in the Avengers Infinity War. Like, name me an instance. Like, when this happened, when Thanos did this and that. What was the music doing? Generic sad music? Generic exciting music? Generic bad guy music? That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. Especially with a movie that has 49 freaking characters in it. Important characters. And you got zero themes. I mean, Captain America has his theme, which I don't remember because I don't even know who did the music for Captain America. The first Captain America. The first Avenger. Was it Alan Silvestri? He might have done it. He might have done that one too. I don't know. I can't remember. Pace says, Billy, okay, Famine Chris Evans is the real Chris Evans. The buff one is CGI. That'd be funny. But that's the main problem with Infinity War, is that the music didn't elevate the movie to legendary historic status. You know what I mean? Like think of a movie as like, yo, when the music cut out in The Last Jedi, that made that moment the best moment in all of Star Wars history. I don't care what you think about the movie. I personally like the movie. I like The Last Jedi because, you know, your boy was brave enough to make a movie that wasn't a rehash. Looking at you, JJ. So, anyway. Yeah. So there are moments in movies, you're like, oh, when the Imperial March started and Darth Vader came on, and remember that time? Or remember when, there's plenty of times in Return of the Jedi when Lando was flying the Millennium Falcon, right? And they were coming up on the Death Star to attack it, basically. They were like, you see the Millennium Falcon and all the like flying through the fleet with all the X-wings, like you're like, oh yeah. And then the shields are still up and they fly up and it gets all you're like, yeah, I remember that part. That was dope. And the music and everything, yeah. I got nothing. I know the parts because of my eyes. Oh yeah, that's when he did that thing with the glove. Yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm. I remember when he got the Soul Stone. Yeah, I remember how he got that. Yeah, I don't remember the music, and that's the problem. If there was a dope, awesome, crazy, nice John Williams, let's just use him as an example. John Williams scored soundtrack on the Avengers Infinity War. The movie would jump up. It would be the greatest movie ever. Possibly the greatest movie because John Williams and other composers, I'm not just going to say John Williams, but other composers too, but particularly John Williams elevates movies better than they are because of the themes. Harry Potter is better because John Williams made that stupid Hedwig ding, 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 ding. That's not Harry Potter's theme. That's his owl's theme. The owl got the best music in all of Harry Potter. Y'all didn't know that. Y'all like, oh, that's Harry Potter theme. No, that's Hedwig's theme. Look at the soundtrack. Hedwig's theme. The White Owl's theme. Ding, 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 ding. I was like, okay. You know, without that music, Harry Potter lost it. After the third one, I mean, they used that theme because, you know, it's part of the movie. But everything else is just like, oh, you don't hear the music. After the third movie, because that was the last one that John Williams scored. John Williams scored Prisoner of Azkaban, which is one of his greatest, I'd say, one of his greatest album soundtracks. One of his greatest movie scores. As far as a project, you know, per project basis, like totally. I mean, you know, I think Empire's pretty close. Empire has some good stuff, but Harry Potter and Prisoner of Azkaban, that's kind of is pretty tight. Like all the way through, I'm like, oh man, that's a tough one. After that, I don't know. I can't remember who did the rest of the music, but not as good. Not as good, because like John Williams did the, you know, you got Hedwig's theme. Right? And then you have the Something Wicked This Way Comes. That's not what it's called, but it's the song with lyrics actually. It's like a Halloween theme. Not a Halloween theme, but it goes perfectly with the movie. And it's like, oh, it's kind of like a cousin of the Hedwig theme except with lyrics. And it's cool, and it's like, oh, okay. And then there's another theme with the hippogriff, when he's flying on the hippogriff and it's like all majestic. I was like, ah. And there's another theme with I think it was a bird or a butterfly or something. I think it might have been a butterfly, and it was like, and it was like a little flute solo thing. I was like, oh, that's cool. Stuff like that. But after that, you know, he's just like, it's like, let's go through the movie music archive. We need action music, and you just plug it in. You know. Anyway, we're not talking about that's part of the movie that didn't do anything for me. I didn't hate it, but it didn't elevate. So, moving on. So, Infinity War starts with Iron Man and Pepper Potts in New York. And they're doing their stuff, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. And then stuff happens. And Peter's on the bus. You've seen that on the trailer. And they all kind of converge and stuff. What they did with this, how they pieced together this movie. This movie is not a traditional movie. This is why this movie is so impressive, because is there like 30? I think there's like 30 main characters. I think it's probably more than 30. I'll just say 30. I think let's just say 30. Because I was going to like, oh, let me look up a list of such and such and such. But I'm like, no, that's a spoiler, and it's a spoiler. So next week we'll talk in depth with that stuff. I don't want to spoil stuff. But what they did, how they not paired off because there's more than like two people, but how they, you know, sectioned off all of these characters with like, it was, I'll say this is not a spoiler. It was Tony Stark with Tony Stark, Bruce Banner, Hulk, Doctor Strange, the Asian dude that's with Doctor Strange, I forgot his name. Wow. Wong, is it Wong? I think it's Wong. Who else was with them? Who else was in New York? Oh, Peter Parker. Peter Parker was there. I don't remember who else was, but the main thing was Iron Man and Doctor Strange. Like their two personalities, like how they, you know, went back and forth. Great writing, great, and there was kind of that type of chemistry within the different sectioned off teams, basically. So the New York team, what stuff happened in New York, and then the Guardians in space with Thor, because Thor ended up with them. Thor, Rocket. Well, it was just Thor and the Guardians, I think. That's what happened. Yeah. And that was great, because the Guardians are always great. And the thing is, this isn't a James Gunn movie. This is a Russo Brothers movies. But if the Guardians part felt like the Guardians, and the New York part felt like Iron Man or the Avengers, it's like, and it all worked. And I was like, well, this is okay. And This works. Why is this work? Why am I not seeing bad stuff? Why is this working? Why? I mean, think about writing a movie like this. Like, okay, first, then that seems daunting. So anyway, the whole Guardian stuff there's a lot of jokes in this movie. It's very funny. Is it as funny as God of War? No, it's funnier than God of War. Sorry, had to put it. Quick little jab it. But so you got the team. Let's see, you got that, and then eventually Thor breaks off to do some stuff, right? And the Guardians and Iron Man and Doctor Strange all end up together. And wow, okay, wait a second. I'm starting to lose my brain cells here. Okay, so the Guardians and Iron Man and were somewhere. I'll just say it. They were on Titan. And where's the other team? Oh, they're in Wakanda. They were fighting in Wakanda. That's right. You got Captain America. That was in the trailer. Captain America, Hulk, Thor ends up showing up there. So that's where the two fights at the end happen in Wakanda and on Titan. I was like, okay. So two fights happening at the same time. People saying, "Oh, this is like Return of the Jedi, where everybody's doing their own thing, little missions and this." Well, Return of the Jedi had 3 separate things. This had 2, for the most part. Some could say it had 3, but I don't count that. Okay, here's the thing. Infinity War is not a movie about the Avengers. Infinity War is a movie about Thanos. It is not his origin story, but it is different from the comics. So his motivations are different from the comics. And I think it's better because in the comics, although I have not read the comics, based on what I've heard from the internet and Fantastic Forum, the comic version of Thanos, is trying to impress Death, which is his girlfriend or whatever. He's trying to impress his lady, you know? And so that's why he wants to get the Infinity Gauntlet and all the stones and kill the galaxy and the universe, blah, blah, blah. So that's his motivation, love or whatever. In the movie, his motivation is different. His motivation is based off of him believing in a certain way of thinking. Like, if you have a bunch of starving people, the way to have not as many starving people where they don't starve, where all these people don't have enough food, is to get rid of some of the people so that you can feed the remaining people. Basically, that's his kind of thinking, right? And he's not like a crazy maniac. I mean, he's maniacal and he's murderous and stuff, but he believes he's right. He believes he's doing it for a good cause, and that's what makes him a pretty good bad guy. And you kind of, I mean, the way that they made him look, how he talks, he doesn't. It's like he is the most different bad guy, portrayal of a bad guy that I've seen in a long. Because like Steppenwolf, people compared him to Steppenwolf in Justice League. He was just like, "Rawr, gotta destroy everything, rawr, Steppenwolf," right? I was like, yeah, that was dumb. Zod was cool because he was bred that way. He was like, basically, this is my DNA. This is how I've been bred. Just blame Kryptonians for making me or whatever. So he had a little bit of motivation, even though it wasn't. I don't think it was executed the best way. I don't blame the actor, Shannon. I blame the director for. As Tiger Claw in chat says, Esgee, Thanos is about bringing balance to the universe. Yeah, that was part of his spiel. Yeah. And I mean, that's what he was doing when he found Gamora, basically. And Gamora was just like, yeah, okay, you killed my mama, its own. I mean, that's a spoiler, but come on, son, that's not really a spoiler. But it was interesting because I didn't realize it was a flashback until little green girl came up. I was like, oh, I guess that's Gamora. I don't know. But there's some this movie is dark. This is not let me take my little kid to. Dude, we went into the theater. Me and Bridget's there, right? This is 10 o'clock showing on Thursday. And something, I forgot what happened on the screen. Like the lights went down, right? And then they just it started, like the beginning stuff started. Baby starts crying. People in the audience like, oh, come on, what you doing with this baby? Blah, blah. I was like, you know what, they're right. You should not have a crying ass baby. And you know what, it wasn't a baby. It was a little kid that was probably scared of the dark or something. And I'm like, parents, you need to find a babysitter. You don't bring your little kid to a 2-hour and 40-minute Avengers movie. That's not what you know. That's a wait for Blu-ray and see it at home movie. Because kids cannot stay still for 2 hours and 40 minutes, son. Tiger Claw also says... I said that weird. Tiger Claw also says... I bet DC... That's not a good Tiger Claw. Let me get it right. I bet DC saw... Okay, that's bad. I'm just saying it in my voice. I bet DC saw this movie and were like, damn, Marvel, we've been trying to make our movies to be less dark, and you had to go there. Yeah, but here's the thing. I agree with that sentiment, where this is a dark movie. It's a dark movie because of the subject matter and content and the situations between the characters. Not because it's actually dark. It's not visually dark, because that's what the Justice League is. That's what it was supposed to be. That's what Batman vs Superman was. That's what Man of Steel was. Dark, visually dark, because that's how that's how Zack Snyder likes his movies, dark and gritty, whatever. The problem with DC movies is that they don't have enough heart. They don't feel natural. They feel like a crazy, demented, mentally unstable person is making them. Which is probably true. I think Zach's got something going on in his brain. I'm pretty sure he does. Anyway, allegedly. Anyway, Marvel movies, it's dark, like I said, because of the subject matter, but there's some funny jokes in that movie. Especially when Drax is talking about like Thor's laying on things. I was like, okay, all right. And here's the funny thing is that it was funny, and we missed half the joke because everybody in the theater was laughing so loud. You can't hear the rest of the lines. So, and the way that they wrote it is quick. The humor is quick. It's like da 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 da. So you missed the second and third line. You still get the first one. So it was like, okay, that's very funny. So when I go see it again, I'm not gonna see it in the theaters again. I'm good. But when I get the 4K Blu-ray, 4K for life, I'm gonna watch it on my Xbox One X. Because if I had PlayStation 4 Pro, I couldn't watch it. So when I watch it on my Xbox One X, I'm gonna get all the jokes now. I get to hear all the full joke, because the audience, the crowd was loud. You know what I mean? I was like, oh man, why y'all gotta laugh all loud stuff? Esgee Tackle says, I love how Thor kept on calling Rocket a certain animal that he is not. That was funny. And he called Groot something too. Yeah, and I don't want to spoil those jokes. Those are funny. It's funny little writing like that. It's and you know what? Honestly, it harkens back to the first Thor, where he was in the deli, in the diner, and he was drinking the coffee. He's like, "What is this?" Or so I'm paraphrasing. He's like, "Oh, that's coffee. You want to I want to let me have another. I'll have another." And he throws the mug down, breaks it. It's just funny stuff where he's a fish out of water, and even though he's not that much of a fish out of water now, there's still little sprinklings of that, because he doesn't know Groot's name. Wait, who did Groot say? I am Groot. He said, "I am Groot" to somebody, and then they said, "I am." I forgot who it is. I think it was it David Banner or I don't remember. And then there was a joke. There was a funny thing between Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. This little. It's like, and I heard some people complain. Jokes are to kind of bring levity to situations because the whole movie is kind of a dark tone. It's a dark theme. So, when either the situation is too crazy, you need a little joke in there to break the tension, or there's a little setup, a little downtime, like after a tragic thing happens and they switch locations, and then they can kind of reset and ease into the heavy stuff and throw some jokes in there before the heavy stuff comes in. Yeah, there's a funny moment with Drax. Yeah. There's a lot. The funny moments are everywhere, but a lot of it is between like Peter Quill, Thor, Drax. Rocket actually wasn't super funny. He was more of the grown up actually in the Guardians. Him and Gamora. Quill did something though that pissed. Oh, I was like, yo, he messed it up. I was so mad. I was like, damn. It was so frustrating. I was like, oh my gosh, I hate Star-Lord now. I hate him. I was so mad. I got over it, of course, not really, but I was so mad. So yeah, but yeah, is it the funniest? Yeah, I think it might be the funniest Marvel movie. But it is long, so I don't know if it's the longest, but A, it's long. B, there's 1,000 characters in it, and so I think that's why it's more laughs in it. I'm not saying it's not a comedy, and it's balanced perfectly. I think some people did say that there was too much comedy in it. They said the I forgot what they're called, New Rock Stars. Yeah, those guys. They said, there was one of the guys said there's 1 degree too much comedy. I'm like, oh, wait, one. I don't understand your math. So I was like, whatever. I mean, I understand what he's saying, but I didn't see where there was one too much. I have to, like I said, I got to watch it again to see. There might have been one joke that was out of place, and maybe that's what he was talking about. But I think it was good. I think it was really good, except for the music. You don't remember the music, so it don't matter. Special effects. I think the only special effect that was bad, I can't really say because it kind of spoils something. But it was the one thing that stood out. Remember the part in Black Panther where it was the first fight? T'Challa was doing his ritual king fight or whatever versus any challenger, right? And the challenger came. Dude, and it was like, and then they pan up to see all the people cheering on the cliffside. That is the type of whack-ass CG that happened in Infinity War. Only one particular moment. I was like, that is bad compositing. Who did that? And whoever did that, fire him. Unless it's Kevin Feige himself is like, I gotta do this real quick. There, I fixed it. Print it. Oh. Just save it. Distribute it. But yeah, Infinity War. Oh, it was Ready Player One was the movie I didn't spoil. Anyway, that's old news. But it's just. I'm trying to think, like, what's the worst movie? Like, what's the worst part of this movie? Like, you look at The Last Jedi, it's like, yeah, Canto Bight was kind of weak. It wasn't horrible, but it was not the greatest, right? So, what was the worst part of Infinity War? I'm going to say the fight in Wakanda. Fight on Wakanda, because it was super similar to Black Panther. It literally looked like you could cut between both of them and it would be like this is the same movie, because the Russo brothers did their thing to make it look exactly like Black Panther. So I was like, oh snap. So it was kind of cool in that respect. Oh yeah. Tiger says Spider-Man does another pop culture reference, which helped them in this situation. I'll tell you what it is, but I won't spoil what I'll tell you what the joke is, because he did the same joke in Homecoming. He did remember this really old movie, I think it was Empire Strikes Back in Spider-Man Homecoming. He did the same thing in Civil War. I don't remember what the movie was actually, but he did the same joke, and I was like, okay, all right, we know you're young, son of a bastard. So that was pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of funny lines. And I don't want to call them jokes, because that diminishes them. Because a joke is like a setup and These are just funny things people say in the context of the situations, and it works. It works. Like I said, there may have been one out of place, but I didn't catch it. So I gotta watch this movie a couple times. Just like I watched Logan 3 times. Great. Even though I didn't forget anything from the movie, just the performances when he said, "Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up." And he's cursing at the little girl, and she's like, I started saying the names in Spanish. Tiago says, I hope Spider-Man continues with the pop culture references. Well, Spider-Man's supposed to be a trilogy, because Tom Holland can't keep his damn mouth shut. So, I mean, I can't spoil too much in the movie. I'll just say that the end of Infinity War had me not upset, but okay, I was a little upset. I was like, that's how they're gonna end the movie? That's how it ends? But then I realized, oh yeah, this is really a 2-part movie, and they renamed it. Remember, they were gonna call it an Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2. They renamed it because I don't know why. I think it just makes more sense, and it makes it seem more bigger, I guess, than what it actually is. No, that's not true. It's just bigger. Yeah. I can spoil that. That's barely a spoiler. Mad people didn't even know what that was. They're setting up Captain Marvel. Let's put it that way. I'm not gonna say what happened in the after credit scene, but they said they're setting up Captain Marvel. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And Captain Marvel takes place in the 90s, so we're getting into the future movies now. So Captain Marvel takes place in the 90s. I don't know who's directing it. But I was like, okay, so this is not because Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out later this summer. But they said, well, Ant-Man wasn't in it, and neither was Hawkeye. So either this is happening at the same time or just before. I think they said this was Ant-Man and the Wasp happens before this happens. Infinity War. So as far as the timeline goes, so there's no conflict in that type of stuff. I mean, he wasn't in the movie anyway, so that solves that as well. But Captain Marvel, from what I've heard on the internet, is that they're changing some things about Captain Marvel. So as far as I understand, Captain Marvel, it was Marvel who was he a Kree? I'm not too sure. Anyway, it was Marvel, right? Who was Captain Marvel, and I guess he died or whatever, I don't know. He passed on his powers to Miss Marvel, which is what they're not calling her. They're not calling her Miss Marvel. They're just calling her Captain Marvel, and they're skipping Marvel. I don't think they're even doing a Marvel story. I think she's gonna get the power herself directly from however it happened. I don't know. So I was like, okay, that's cool, and I appreciate what they're doing. Marvel is that they're changing the stories in a way that they make more sense for today's social climate, I would say, and it doesn't diminish away from like the stories or the character. The same thing they did with Thanos. Thanos is one of the best bad guys in movies right now. I'm trying to think any good movie that has a bad guy is a good movie, right? That's what kind of makes movies good. If your bad guy is dope, then your movie's dope. Thanos was such a good bad guy in that he was kind of likable. It's like, okay, all right, yeah, I understand Thanos. I understand Thanos. Yeah, he's cool. I mean, I get it. I can understand. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah. Oh, he's crying. Oh, he has feelings. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. What was that? Yeah. I'm gonna try to get on Twitch again. Yeah. I don't want to. Oh, it's not what I wanted to do. Oh yeah, it is what I want to do. Why did it sign me out? Let me try to sign in. Not on that screen, because you'll see all my stuff. Let's see. Yep, can't spell. Let's see if this is it. Nope, that's not it. Let's try this one. Let's see if I did it right. Did I do it right? Right? That's not it either. Oops. There we go. I should probably change my password. Nope, that's not it either. Nope, that's not it either. Wow, I got a lot of passwords here, don't I? That's not it either. That's not it. I don't know what my password is. Let me see. I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'm an idiot. Hold up. Let me try this again. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Da 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 da. It worked. I did it. Alright, where's my chat? Where's my chat? There it is. Did it? Let me see. Did it. Oh, that's alright. I still got that sound. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Alright, I'm gonna take Mixer, put you here, take Twitch. Guess what, Twitch? You get the you get the new spot. There's nobody in chat though. I thought I had some people watching on Twitch. That's weird. Anyway, back to life, back to reality. Back to the way we were. So Thanos is an awesome bad guy because of how they portrayed him, what he said, blah, 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 all those good things. Yeah. And this movie really was about Thanos. But anyway, the end, they're setting up Captain Marvel, and it's supposed to take place in the 90s, so, it's before that. So I would imagine Doctor Strange will go back in time, and he'll probably be in that movie. I'll just assume that Captain Strange, that Doctor Strange will be in Miss Marvel. Wow, messing it all up. Doctor Stephen Strange will be in Captain Marvel. Who else, though? Who else will be there in the 90s? I hope they do some really good 90s hip-hop, like put some Tribe and all that stuff, because the 90s is back right now. I don't know if y'all been paying attention, looking at hairstyles and how people dressing, except for there's no cross colors. I think the wardrobe is a cross between the 50s and the 90s, and the hairstyles is the 90s straight up, for the most part. It's kind of a mix, 90s and the odds, but for the brothers, everybody's getting high top fades and stuff. So Tarkin says the Captain Marvel movie will have Nick Fury when he had two eyes. Yeah, that's right, that's true. He had a little scratch on the top, but yeah, that is true. Yeah, and Samuel L. Jackson, he's like 70 something now. He's getting up there. I think he's in his early 70s. He still looks good though.
I must say. I think he is 7. He might be 6. I don't care anymore.
You ever do that? You're like thinking about stuff. You're like, yeah, I just lost interest. Not no more in my brain. Nope. Anyway, so I'll be interested to see how. I mean, Captain Marvel is an origin story, but it also, I think, is an important piece. Will play an important piece in the Infinity War story, and I think Infinity War set it up that way, and it was like, what's his name? There was one point in the movie,
I don't think this is a real spoiler, but
Doctor Strange used a time stone to look into the future and all of the possible outcomes, and he came back and like, what'd you do? I was looking in the future, all possible outcomes. I was like, how many did you see? He's like, out of 14 million, blah 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 blah. And then blah blah blah, and other stuff happened. So I'm not gonna say any more of that. But yeah, I was like, wow, okay. So I mean, the time stone is important. The whole glove is important because the time stone, they interact with each other. So he can snap his finger and wipe out, like, whatever, half of the population of the universe, because not because of just the time stone and the power stone and soul stone. It's like, I guess, a combination of the powers used in a certain way could do that. So I guess it would just take someone with a good brain or morals to get their hands on the glove, the gauntlet, and fix everything, right? I mean, in the comic, that's what happened. Like, I guess Nebula fixed it in the comic, so I don't know how it's gonna happen in the movie. She is something. Nebula is Nebula's a tragic figure, man. I was like, oh my gosh.
Esgee.
Takala says, when they got to the Soul Stone, that must have hit you hard. I spoke on that before. I was like, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of saw it coming, but I still was like, okay, yeah, I know it's gonna happen. And then it happened. I was like, okay, but it was still kind of done well, And when Red Skull showed up, I was like, what is Red Skull doing here? And the funny thing about Red Skull, right? That wasn't Hugo Weaving. Y'all probably thought it was, right? That wasn't him. Hugo Weaving does not want to have any part of that character anymore. I guess it's because the makeup took like 1,000 hours to put on, or 9. And so they got this guy who was a really good impressionist. So he did a really good impression of Hugo Weaving. So they had that guy to play Red Skull. So that guy did an impression of Hugo Weaving doing Red Skull, basically.
And they put him in the movie, and that's it.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. That was like, all right, I like that right now. So I was like, okay. I was looking, I was like, I think that's him. Sounds kind of like him. Sounds different. But it was close enough so that where I was like, I don't care if it's not him. So they did a really good job. Yeah, the actor who played the Red Skull from the Walking Dead series. I guess I don't watch that dumbass series. It was dumb. It got dumb. When did it get dumb? I don't know. I stopped watching after the beginning of 4. They were running through the prison. They just got inside the prison. They were running through flashlights and they were like, ah! And I said, I'm done. I say, I have no motivation. I have no interest in this right now. Carl's dead. I know Carl's dead. Spoilers. Because everybody in the mob would be talking about it. So why do I need to watch it? Carl is dead. They killed the boy. The boy was the only motivation for Rick, right? So they need to kill his ass too. Unless he got some babies with Michonne. Or maybe Maggie's baby. Is that the girl name? Maggie's baby is his and not Glenn's. Right? She's still pregnant? I don't know. How many days have gone by? Like 2 days since the last time I watched? And then they get to the end. It was all a dream. But whose dream was it? Was it Carl's dream? It's Carl's dream. It wasn't Carl's dream. Whose dream would it be? Rick's dream? Nah, that would be too on the nose. If it was Norman Reedus, what's his character's name? Daryl. If it was Daryl's dream,
that might be alright.
Billy, okay, since I have 2 eyes, how come no one makes a movie about me? Well, you never ask anybody, that's why. You gotta ask. Be like, yo, I'm a dude. I draw books and stuff. Make a movie about me. I'm sure somebody would make a movie about you. Get a local filmmaker, student film. This is what you do, Billy. Want to make a movie about you? I know that was a joke, but still, this is how you do it. You find an art school, you find a school that has a film program. You find some of them inspiring cinematographers, videographers, filmmakers, directors, blah, blah, blah. And you say, hey, you get your friends, get your camera, make a film, make a movie about me. I draw and write books. Come on, let's go. And they will do it. They will do it. Or this is what you could do. You can actually write a story about you, maybe a biopic or something that's not a biopic, just a story about a dude who writes and draws books, and you do whatever you want. You give them to the people like, hey, make this. You know, we're students and we need to make stuff. They want to shoot everything. Them students, they're like, oh, we got a new camera, let's go. I want to shoot everything. I want to use my iPhone. I don't care what they use. They can use the iPhone. They can use it. Don't matter. Just let them shoot it. That's how you do it, Billy. That's how you do it. Bam. I mean, if we were neighbors, I'd shoot a movie with you. You'd have to write it though, because I'm a horrible writer. Okay, I'm not a great writer. Let's put it. I'm not a great writer. So if we live together, if you were my neighbor, Billy, yo, Billy. So that's how I imagine. I know how Billy sounds, but that's how he sounds to me. Yo, let's shoot. That's what it is. I mean, we shoot it up, man. We can do short film first. Just do like a little 10-minute film first. You know, keep it simple. You know, have a movie about you going to the store and buying a PS4 Pro and hooking it up to your TV and it's not 4K. That's the movie. Do that movie. That was bad. I know. That was pretty funny. It made me laugh, so that's all that. You know. No, but you know, have a. I was gonna say have a movie when your drawings come to life. I'm like, no, that's been done. That's been done. So many. Was it Tessie the dinosaur was the first one to do that, and then freaking Cool World, right? Which is naughty. Tiger Claw says, I need to turn that. I still didn't turn that sound off because I'm dumb. Tiger Claw says, Infinity War is the reason why you need to watch every Marvel movie since day one, because you will see things that you haven't seen many movies ago. That's true. They have a lot of references and stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, if you've never seen a Marvel movie, first off, where have you been for the past 10 years? It's 10 years since Iron Man. 10 years, and look where we are. Marvel/Disney is killing it. They're killing it. And the funny thing is, Fox was killing it. Because Fox had the X-Men. They were like, yo, the X-Men is the first Marvel movie that's dope. Right? I mean, before that, DC was killing it with Tim Burton Batman. It's like, yo, Batman, Jack Nicholson, yo, killing it. Now you look back at him and you're like, okay, oh, it's Tim Burton. What are you gonna do? Music's pretty good. The thing, and that's what I keep going back to music and themes. The Batman theme, even though it's just the theme, there's still a lot of memorable songs in that original Batman movie. Even though Prince did contribute to some. This town needs an enema. But you know, the original, the main theme, and then there's a waltz at the end where Batman and Joker are fighting up on the top of the bell tower. But I mean, that's more about Danny Elfman's musical stylings than
the actual movie itself.
But it helped.
You know, they matched pretty good.
But so you had DC first,
Excuse me.
and then X-Men, Fox with X-Men, boom. But then they fell off. With the second one was okay. Third one, horrible. Brett Ratner, why are you making movies? And the thing is, I don't hate Brett Ratner. He could make 1,000 million rush hours all day long. But Bryan Singer has fallen off. Bryan Singer, I think, got the curse of Superman. Ever since Richard Donner left Superman has sucked. He did the first Superman. Second Superman was dope. Wait, did he do the first Superman? I think he did the first one. He did the second Superman. And he left midway through making Superman 2. And that's why that movie is kind of crazy. But it's dope, but it's crazy. And after that, it's like Superman sucks. Superman 3, what was that? It was the one with Richard Pryor and the stupid laser and drunk Superman. It was evil Superman. It should have been Bizarro, but it wasn't Bizarro. It was some other thing. Esgee has fallen off since being fired from that movie about Queen. Oh, Bryan Singer. About Queen? Oh yeah, he did do that movie about Queen. No, he fell off before that. Bryan Singer fell off when he did Superman Returns. Superman Returns was the beginning of the end of Bryan Singer's excellent movie making. Because he started off with Usual Suspects. I think that might have been his first movie. I was like, you know what? At the end, I was like, you know what? Psst, that was good. And the thing is, it's a punchline. It's like it all builds up to the end. Where the punchline, it's the revelation of what was actually going on. You're like, oh snap, Kaiser Soze. Oh snap, right? But the other movies, X-Men, Superman Returns, X-Men, the other X-Men stuff, Apocalypse. He directed that. They don't have those punchlines, so he can't rely on that stuff. He has to rely on just core acting, writing, and set pieces and such. And the action is fine, but at a certain point where it's like, okay, fine, Magneto's making metal stuff fly everywhere, and then Apocalypse is growing big and smashing them down. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't care. And then Psylocke is flying through the air. Olivia Munn with her katana. I'm like, I just don't know. I don't. And Storm is there, and I don't remember what she did. It's just not memorable. And it's not that good. First Class was awesome. He didn't direct that. Let me see who directed First Class. I don't remember, but I'm going to find out. Pull down here. Whoa. What happened here? You can go here. IMDb. IMDb. X-Men. Ooh, a Dark Phoenix is coming out next year. First Class, 2011. Directed by Matthew Vaughn. And that was good. First Class was good because it was basically... Wait, who did the music? Do they show who did the music? They never show who did the music in the director, writer, stars. Come on, music by. Come on, it's just simple. It's in here somewhere, right? I can never find. Budget was 160. Gross USA is 143. Cumulative gross was 350. Okay, it doesn't matter. 2.39 to 1 ratio. Rufio. Who did the music for that? More credits. Give me more credits. More credits. Written. Whoa, that's a lot of writers. Holy crap, there's a lot of... Oh, this is because of the unaccredited. There's a lot of unaccredited stuff here. Wait, they don't show who made the music. Hold up. Why is IMDb not giving props to the freaking composers? Oh, music by Henry Jackman. Okay. I'm about to say. So Bryan Singer didn't do that. Bryan Singer didn't do the best in recent times X-Men movie. It was somebody else. So that's why I say Bryan Singer fell off. His first bad movie was Superman Returns. He hasn't made a good movie since. He hasn't made a better movie than the previous ones before Superman Returns since Superman Returns. Since X2, he hasn't made a good movie. And X2 is like, I still think The Usual Suspects is better than the X-Men movies, but they're different type of movies. I used to like Bryan Singer, but not anymore. It's like, meh, whatever. So, Fox lost it. Silver Surfer and Fantastic Four, they're hot garbage. They're garbage. No. You know? It takes Marvel to make Marvel great. It takes Marvel to make Spider-Man great. Not even Sony. They only have one character, one universe, Spider-Man universe. They can't even get that right. This is the third reboot of Spider-Man. Sony. Come on. They finally got it right with Spider-Man Homecoming, right? They got it more right. I'm not going to say it was exactly perfect, but it's pretty good. Venom looks like a hot guy. I don't know. I don't know what Venom is going to be, because it's just like, I seen the trailer before, then they showed the trailer in the movie. I was like, okay, it looks better in the theater. Still the same trailer. I don't like how what's his name sounds. Eddie Brock. What's the freaking actor's name? I can't remember his name. Doesn't matter. I didn't like. He sounds a little like Bane. Oh, Batman. Oh, Gotham. Oh. Except he has a New York accent, like what did he sounds like a wimpy dude, but he's a big muscle dude. And I didn't really like the CG of Venom. It looked too shiny. I know he's supposed to be a symbiote. Symbiote. He's supposed to be a symbiote. Symbiote. Alright, so there is a huge controversy over the way that the actor pronounced, is a lady actor, pronounced symbiote. Which is, she said symbiote. She said it twice in the trailer. She said symbiote and then symbiote. I was like, is it her accent? Is she foreign, or the people making this movie don't know what the hell they talking about? Because every time I heard symbiote, now she got me confused. I remember symbiote in Star Trek. Was it Deep Space? Yeah, it was Deep Space Nine when whatever her name was, the little leopard neck lady, had the symbiote in her, and she was like, oh yeah, and then they pulled it out one time, and it was like an old man or something, and I don't remember. Tiger says maybe they'll fix it in post. All they have to do is a little bit of ADR, and they can have the correct pronunciation of symbiote. It's symbiote. How come nobody caught that? That's my question. Why did no one? It must be. No, this is what we're gonna do real quick. We're gonna see what translation has to say about that. Translation. We're gonna do Google Translate. I want to say symbiote, and say it.
Symbiote.
Oh my gosh! That's where they got it from. They got it from Google.
Symbiote.
Oh my gosh! It sounds just like the actress, don't it? That sounds just like her.
Symbiote.
Oh. Wait a second. Is she right, and the rest of the world is wrong?
Symbiote.
I don't understand.
Symbiote.
How can that be right?
Symbiote.
It doesn't seem right, because I've been saying symbiote for my whole life.
Symbiote.
It's not like I came out of a portal from another Earth, and everyone pronounces
symbiote,
like
symbiote,
instead of symbiote. I mean, based on how it's spelled,
symbiote,
seems like it's right. But as far as the English American pronunciation,
symbiote,
is not right. So let's see if I do this. Let me take that out.
symbiote,
I don't know what to do anymore.
symbiote,
Symbiote? What happened to the O?
symbiote,
Okay, let's put it back.
symbiote,
Wait, that's not spelled right.
Hold on, let me see something here.
It's not spelled right. No, that's not spelled right either. How do you spell it? Okay, I gotta look it up now. Definition. Oh, I spelled it wrong.
My bad.
SG, look here. Definition of symbiote. Symbiote. I know what it is. It's a biological leech type of thing. Oh, an organism living in a state of symbiosis. Yeah, they live off of each other. Like a tick or a tapeworm or something. Oh, it's Greece. Oh, origin, symbiont. Symbiont. There's an N in there. Symbiont. Yes, symbiont. Symbiont. OHT is ot. There are two things you click on that pronunciation. Alright, here we go.
symbiote,
What the hell? That's wrong too! Hold up.
symbiote,
Oat. Symbiote. Symbiote. Right, okay, it's the B, not the biote. Right. Symbiote. Symbiote. So it's not bi, it's B. Symbiote. Right, okay. It's not wrong. Sorry.
symbiote,
Versus.
symbiote,
Alright, let me spell it right first of all. There we go.
symbiote,
Oh my gosh! It is right!
symbiote,
Okay, so I was spelling it wrong. That's why it was wrong. So, did they spell it wrong in the script?
symbiote,
Did they spell it wrong in the script?
symbiote,
Or,
symbiote,
okay, I'm done with that.
No, just close these, you dummy.
Alright, so the pronunciation is right. I just spelled it wrong. For some reason I did SI instead of SY. Yeah, I'm dumb. But that doesn't excuse the movie trailer. Another no, it has to be the same pronunciation.
Where's the way to go? There it is.
Pronunciation. This is the nation pronounce.
Symbiote.
Oh, it's a man this time.
Symbiote.
Yep. Looks like they need to do some ADR on that joint.
Symbiote.
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 Can I change that? You know what I wanted to do one day is just do a whole song with like Microsoft Voice or Cortana or something. Isn't that a good idea?
Symbiote.
Okay. Oh no. Sorry. So yeah, there you go. Symbiote. Not symbiote. Ugh. Symbiote. Alright, so there's a whole controversy about how she pronunciated it, and we have just done our research and found out that she's wrong. So yeah, ADR it, fix it up in post. I hope that Sony has the budget to fix I don't know how many times she says it in the movie. I don't know if wow, Tom Hardy. I don't know if Tom Hardy pronounces it incorrectly. If all the actors pronounce symbiote incorrectly, that's a lot of ADR. Depending on how many times they say it. It'd be interesting to see if that's an actual thing. You know what I mean? Like, Sony had to spend $5 million on ADR to fix all the symbiotes. And then we can all look at at what's her name? Amy Pascal. I'd be like, you're an idiot. Nah, you can't blame her for symbiote. But you can't blame her for being, I don't know, man. I think she's poison to Sony Pictures right now. And what was there was one movie that actually made money. It was like the first movie that made money from Sony for a long time. I don't remember what it was. Was it the Emoji Movie, or I don't think it was that one. But yeah, Sony Pictures has been sucking for a minute. Every time I watch a movie, I think, oh man, it's Sony Pictures. It's gonna be hot garbage. And then Marvel's comes up. That's what it sounds like, right? Action music. Marvel. Right? That's what it sounds. Oh, it was Jumanji. Thank you, Tiger Claw. Tiger says, I think it was Jumanji. Welcome to the Jungle. I made Sony a ton of. Yep. It was Jumanji. Jumanji was the movie that made Sony money. Like everything else is kind of like meh. But Jumanji. So you know what that means, right? There's going to be another Jumanji. Because Sony don't know how to just be like, oh. And honestly, I'm not going to just say Sony. Just companies in general. Like, oh man, that made a lot of money. We got to do another one. Capitalize on it and make another one. Make more money. And that's fine if you're going to create a Jumanji verse. Jumanji universe. A GCU. Jumanji Cinematic Universe. Yep, a third Jumanji is in there. See, I told you. So, of course, The Rock's going to be in it because... Kevin Hart's going to be in it. They have to have those people in it. They have to have the... do they have to have the original 4? I think they might. They might do something like kind of how Wreck-It Ralph was jumping around games and stuff. Maybe they'll have a... trying to think. But Jumanji is a specific game set in a specific place. Jumanji is set in the jungle. You know, the board game was set in the jungle. I think it was I don't know if it's Africa, but it doesn't matter. And the second set in the jungle. So how can they do a third Jumanji set in the jungle, but make it? I mean, because they got sucked into a video game. So they can do whatever they want. But now, they're going to get sucked into another video game? It doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. The first movie, the animals came out of the game into the real world. This time they went into... So what can they do different to make it better? How are they going to top the second one since it was all around the video? Yeah, exactly. It was kind of perfect. How like they had 3 lives and stuff. I was like, oh, that's dope. Yeah, so I don't see how they can do it. Yeah, I don't know. Unless... See, the only way they can make Jumanji 3 better is if they take it out of the jungle setting. Like, if Jumanji is... Like, Jumanji is not just the place or the jungle, whatever. Jumanji turns out to be, like, a corporation or a company that exists in the video game. And there are different games within the game. So... like, or different levels, let's say that. So, like, there'll be one spy level where they have to sneak around and do, you know, a spy mission. And there's a heist level where they got to do... And then there's a horror level where Jason comes out or something. You know, just, you know, mix it up. If they put a whole bunch of video game genres within the movie, then it could be a little bit more interesting. It'd be like, oh, I see, that's cool, you know? That plus the different characters with their different attributes. That'd be cool. Or they'll make an MMO. Jumanji Online. Like Ready Player One. You know what I'm saying? If Jumanji was an MMO, that would work. That would work. Yep, that would work. Oh. No, it would work even better if Jumanji... Like, say if Sony says, yeah, it's a Sony movie. Oh my gosh, this is perfect. Okay, so check it out. Sony makes Jumanji this is fictitious, okay? This is in the movie. Sony makes Jumanji for the PlayStation 5. Okay, so Jumanji 3 is coming out when the PlayStation 5 comes out, 2020, right? That's when the movie comes out. That's when PlayStation 5 comes out. So they show the PlayStation 5 in the movie, right? And they have, it's a download game. It's Jumanji, yay, right? And then you get sucked in the game. And Jumanji is online. It's an open world, online MMO. And so with that, you could do anything with an MMO online. It doesn't have to just be in a jungle. It's the whole world. It could be any timeline. They can do whatever they want. So, yeah, that's how they can do it. Yeah, I just figured it out. I'm sure people figured it out before I did. If it's not an open world online MMO, Jumanji Online, then they got issues. I know them. They saw Ready Player One, and they're like, "Yo, that's kind of dope." And Sony, you could have them go into God of War, talking to Kratos. You could have them go and talk to a car. You could have them go to talk to Nathan Drake. Not Spiral. You could have them go and talk to, who else does Sony have? God of War, Nathan Drake. The Last of Us? That's a little dark. Joel, I guess, and Ellie? No. Yeah, I guess that's why they really don't do that, because there's a lot of dark stuff on the PlayStation, so it's not like you're going to go and have a conversation with Joel talking about the mushroom people. But that's what I'm saying. If they jump, if that wouldn't work. How would that work? How would a Jumanji app, unless it's a Jumanji app that bridges all the games, kind of like what that, there was one dude talking about that where you make one avatar and then they go across all games and stuff. I don't remember if I dreamt about that or somebody's trying to make that. I think somebody's trying to make it, but it feels like a dream. But yeah, man, I don't look. Sony's making this movie. Sony has the market of video games, so put the PlayStation 5 in it. Use some of your IP in the movie space to. I don't know why you haven't done it yet. You know, you have. Is it? Does Sony Pictures need to license characters from Sony Electronic Online, Sony Computer Entertainment of Japan or whatever, America? Is that what has to happen? I thought they were all part of one thing. It doesn't make any sense why that hasn't happened yet. Where's the God of War movie? Oh, it's a game. They could literally make God of War, what they just put out on PlayStation 4, they could make that a 2-hour movie. And it would be pretty good. I would watch that. A 2-hour CG God of War with all of that. Just kind of, I'm not saying gameplay. I'm saying an actual, you take the models and you take a camera, you can take all the same sets or whatever, but you construct dialogue in a movie and you make it not a one shot. Yeah. And that was funny. It's like, oh, one shot. Well, guess what? Hellblade is a one shot game as well. It did it before God of War. So there's no bragging points on that. And honestly, that one shot, let's move with God of War real quick. The one shot thing in God of War, while commendable, is sort of a lie, because I saw a section of the game where Kratos goes into some light shaft or whatever, and he's chasing somebody, and the screen flashes white and then flashes back and then flashes white and then flashes back, and I consider those cuts. Whenever you can't see the character, the subject in the frame, then that's a cut right there. Whenever the screen goes all one color and it comes back, that's a cut. So you could say, "Oh, it's all one camera." No, it's not all one. It's not all one shot. Lies. I saw that. I was like, "Wait a second! I thought this was all one shot." And it's like flashing, right? It's flashing white and then flashes back, and then he's in a different area, in a different place. And I was like, you didn't have to flash. Like, you could just change the environment. There were games that did that, where stuff is like building in front. You know, it was like you could just do that, like break it down, still see the character, have other stuff build around him. That would even look better than what they did in the game. So, yeah, that's where I'm like, oh man. And also, I was listening to Giant Bomb's last podcast, I think it was, and they played God of War some more, and they were like, yeah, some stuff about this game, man. So that's why I say it's not a 10. It's a 9 something. It's not a 10. And people who gave it a 9, that's what I'm talking about. That's what it deserves. Can't give it a 10. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect game. So, should I spoil God of War? Ares! No, I shouldn't. But I know that... Did that work? Yeah, I don't see my chat. Stream chat. No rooms yet. Oh, do I have to create a room? Is that how this works? No, stream chat is here, but I didn't see it. Oh, let me see some here. 9 cast. Oops. Is this how Twitch works now? Oh, no caps. Okay. Moderator room. One room. No. I don't get it. Let's see. Can't spell. Dude, I don't know what's going on with chat here. Can I pop it out? Where's my pop it out? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Arioka! Sorry. I can't stand it. Yeah. I can't stand. No, up stream chat. I don't know. I don't know what's up with Twitch chat. So, but I appreciate you hanging out. Ari, I forgot your name already. Hello. It is Arioka. Appreciate you. Anyway, back to what I was saying. What was I saying? The God of War. Yeah, God of War is good. It's not 4K, but we're like, oh, it's 4K checkerboard. Not 4K. Sorry. Looks good, but would look better if it was true 4K. Would look better with true 4K textures. It looks good. What is it, 1440p? What are the textures on God of War? That's a good question. Let's see if we can find some answers here. I don't think they're going to tell us. Oh, man, come on, man. Where'd it go? Oh, don't tell me my thing is going to crash. There it is. Give me. There we go. God of War texture size. They're not gonna texture pack. Oh, that's not the God of War. What was I gonna say? There was a thing not about God of War. Well, I know there was a God of War update, but I don't remember what it was for. But there was a what game was it that? Oh, it was The Witcher. The Witcher 3 did a patch. They did a patch on The Witcher 3 for the PS4 Pro, and it gave better performance at the cost of graphical yummy. So okay. Open world games are hard. The further you see, the more likely you'll see stuff drawing, right? So what they did essentially is shorten the drawing distance for the foliage on the PS4 Pro. So it's like literally 50 feet in front of the character. You see everything being drawn in. And you see they show like close-ups where he's going back and forth and like a bush will go, bush will disappear, bush will... I'm like, oh my... That's like worse than... That's bad. I'm like, that's like some 360 stuff right there. Not the graphics themselves, but the fact that it's drawing in at such a short distance. And I'm like, that totally sucks. That's how y'all do HDR now? That's what they had to do to get the 4K HDR happening on the PS4 Pro? They just had to gimp everything else? I was like, sad. I'm so glad I got the Xbox One X. I got to put in The Witcher for that. Because I want to play that in true 4K 60 frames, boy. I think it's 60. Might be 30. But yeah, it's way better than PS4 Pro. But that's the, that's the thing. That's why you buy an X, because you want to play all them games. Better games. You don't want to see no popping. You don't want to see no streaming. It looked bad. I was like, wow, that sucks. But I guess that's all they can do on the Pro. Anyway, it's not what I'm not gonna talk about Pro. It's so bad that I don't even want to buy a Pro. I've heard people talking. It was the one dude on YouTube who's like, yeah, man, and I got the PS4 Pro, and I was ready to see all the good stuff. I was so he said, I was so disappointed with the Pro, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, no kidding. I knew that was gonna happen, because it's not that much. And here's the problem with the industry. The industry ascribed the problems with the Pro, the fact that it's incremental and it doesn't really do that much more, to the Xbox One X, which is not the same. The Xbox One is kind of a next gen beast, if you will. If you look at the specs comparatively, it is next gen compared to the OG Xbox One. But they're like, oh, I don't need it. It's just like the Pro. I'm like, y'all are out of your damn minds. Out of your minds. And if you don't care that much about graphics or performance, then it's not going to impress you. But if you like, yo, that looks crazy nice up in my crib, I am glad. And it's not that it's like you can get a TV and an Xbox One X for under $1,000 if you get a cheap ass TV like me with no HDR, but you still get the benefits of the resolution. And the contrast ratio is better than older TVs. So it's not HDR, but it's like at the edge of SDR, So, and it's impossible for it to be HDR because of the bits. It's 8-bit versus 10-bit, I believe. But whatever. 1 second. Let me turn this off. And let me drink my beverage. That was good. Alright, so I'm probably gonna call it because I ain't got nothing else to say or do because I don't want to spoil the Avengers. But I will be talking about it for real next week though, if nothing else pops up. But I will be playing some Sea of Thieves tonight. I think I want to get into a party. I've been playing solo dolo for a minute. I want to play, and I got Game Pass, so I might be dip diving in some of them games too. Oh, I've been playing Recore, the definitive edition, all 4K'd up and stuff. That game was so close to being a good game. If that game, like for instance, if Recore adopted the same camera angle, the camera position as like God of War 2018, it would be way better. If the animations were reworked to be better, it would be a way better game. I don't know how that would work with the jumping and stuff, but yeah, I mean, the game is so close. And I think I don't know if it's because it's a Japanese company that made it. I think it was Concept, the old Capcom people or something. I don't remember. But Recore feels like an old school, like original Xbox game. that, like, imagine a world where those 3D platformer adventure games never evolved. They still kind of stayed the same. That's what this game is, basically. It's one of them old school 3D adventure games. That's not enough now. Your game needs to look like a movie, as as shown by God of War. God of War's presentation is 50% of what makes that game great. 50%. I say 50%. If God of War 2018 looked like God of War Ascension as far as camera angles and stuff, and you still had a little kid, that would not be as good. You know what the worst parts of God of War 2018 are? When the camera pulls back and they in the boat. That's the worst part. Because it takes you out of the cinematic. I said this before. It takes you out of the cinematic feel. So, 50% is presentation in that respect. And I think a lot of these games could improve with a certain amount of presentational zigzag. Even though God of War is more about story. Well, like I said, 50% presentation. The story is super. When you look at the credits, you can look at it online. The screen is full. There's one screen full of story, writers, character, all story. Bunch of names. A lot of people wrote on that game. A lot of people. And I didn't even see Corey's name. I'm sure it's on there somewhere. I didn't really see his name. But it's crazy. So, and I don't really have a problem with the writing in ReCore. I think it's alright. I only have Mac right now. I just barely started the game. But yeah, it really is the animation of the main characters sucks. I don't like it. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not like, oh, I want to watch this for 20 hours. It's not like Aloy in Horizon Zero Dawn, which is pretty good. So I think that it's just that extra step of another 6 months of polish on like animation. It's just really her animation actually. Everything else are machines and stuff, so those aren't that bad. But it still feels like a antiquated game, with the colors and all that stuff, the colored guns and da 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 da. So I was like, all right. It's not a bad game, and it was only $40, I think, when it launched. So yeah, that's what it's worth. I think it's a good property. I think it's a good IP. I think Microsoft needs to retool it and rework it and make it, like I said, make those animations better, make it more cinematic, invest more in the story, and make it a AAA game. Because I think it can be. I think it can be on the lines of a Horizon Zero Dawn, where they're in, was it Far Eden, I think is the planet it's called. So maybe, at the end of, I don't know how it ends, I'll figure it out when I get there, but maybe it ends and she fixes all the machines and they terraform the planet, so the next game starts off where there are pockets of paradise, pockets of green and pockets of water. And so that changes up the look, it changes up, I guess, some of the mechanics, because if you have water and vines and stuff, you can climb up walls. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff they can do, because it's that type of game. It's an action-adventure, 3D action-adventure platformer. So, make the controls a little bit more tighter. And, yeah, man, it's there. It's just, I don't know, man. If the game is a Microsoft IP, give it to another studio. Let them do that. Let them hook it up. Make it better. And if it sucks, then don't put it out. And that's where I commend you. Because look, God of War took 5 years to make. 5 years. What was 5 years ago? Oh, 2013. Mm-hmm. So, and he said Cory Barlog said there was a writer who was writing the God of War script, and he saw it and he went through it and he's like, we can't do this game. This is the sequel, basically. They're gonna make some God of War games. They're already it's probably gonna be a trilogy, but whatever. But he was like, we can't do this. This is too much. So he changed it. So all that stuff that they had is probably they already have most of what they're gonna do for the next game. It's that bubbly water, man. Make it burp. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of excited for E3 because it's like it's a mystery of what it's a mystery for what Microsoft has because Microsoft ain't saying nothing. And I know it takes a while to make games, right? But still, like a little studio, like a smaller studio, like wow, I can't. Oh my gosh, they made Heavenly Sword, they made Hellblade. Those guys, they can make Hellblade. You know, a AAA indie, and Microsoft with their huge studios, or they can create an offshoot of 343, an offshoot, a secondary studio of the Coalition, and make more games. That's my whole thing. It's like, you don't need hundreds of people to make a game. We're making a game, although it's not a crazy, expensive 3D, blah, blah, blah game, but we're making a game, and there's basically three core people making it, and then we have other support people who are testing it and doing oh no, we have other coders, my bad, there's forth. So it doesn't take hundreds and hundreds of people, but if you have hundreds and hundreds of people, take 50 of them while they're not doing nothing, make something else. You know, kind of do what Valve does and like just have people off making stuff, you know? Do that. I would, you know what, every week I'd be like this, or every week new IP ideas. And you say, okay, you can only have one a month. You know, you get a month to prototype it. Then you come back with the prototype and see what we got, and then we'll go from there. Is a month enough time? A month is enough time, especially with these tools. You got Unreal Engine, you got Unity. I mean, Microsoft uses Unreal a lot, but they're using Unity too. So there's no reason why you can't mock up a prototype in Unreal, because most of the stuff is there anyway. You can use all those assets for whatever, just for an example as far as gameplay mechanics. And then, pitch it. Yeah. So, I think a lot of it is story and presentation. So, you know, it's hard to convey that in a prototype. You know, prototypes are usually rough. So, I don't know. I just hope. No, I'm excited. I'm excited because I got the X, and getting the X is like opening up a new chapter in video games for me, because it's like, okay, now all the games I got, all the games I can play on my Xbox One X are brand new right now, because even though they're not new, something about them is better, something about them is new. So if I put it in, it's going to be a better experience than the last time I played it. How many consoles can you say that about? Zero. No, one. Xbox One X. That's it. Nobody else is doing that. So Microsoft got that on lock. And what's probably going to happen when the PS5 comes out, they're going to bite, because that's what they do. They're going to bite, like, oh, everything's backwards compatibility, you can blah, 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 yay. We're the good guys. We're the good guys. I was like, yeah, well, yeah, Xbox was doing that for like 3 years. I don't, why is it? I mean, okay. And then all the fanboys like, yeah, Sony, yeah, we won again. I was like, man, if they have to do backwards compatibility. I swear, if Sony does not do backwards compatibility, I'm not even thinking about getting a PS5. Not even close. I hope they don't do it, though. Just to be dumb. Just to sell you the games again. Oh, that would be so good. And it would literally tell you the intentions of Sony. Their heart. What they do. They love video gamers? No. They love money. Of course, all corporations do, but, you know. Some people can hide it better, or some people do things to make the gaming public, you know, feel good. Like, oh, man, I like these guys. Quality of life and all that stuff, you know. I mean, look. You know what? The only reason why Sony slash PlayStation is good right now is because of those games. Is because of Corey, of creators like Corey, and whoever else is making it. You know what, Kojima, I don't like his games. I'm sorry I said it. Metal Gear,
Yeah.
I played a little bit of what was it, 5? Not 5. I know 5 is coming out for gold. I'll get that. I'll play a little bit of that. But I played the other thing that was the prologue. Ground Zeroes. I didn't like that. I was like, just dumb. You just running around, supposed to be sneaking. I didn't like it. I was like, I don't. I just didn't. I was not impressed. But I know it's not about that moment to moment stuff. It really is about the quirky stuff that the cardboard box and where was it? Turn off your system or unplug the controller, plug in it. I don't know. It's all kind of crazy stuff. So he's definitely got a brain on him. He's definitely thoughtful when it comes to interesting things. But yeah, I don't know. He and there are like Yu Suzuki, who I think really likes Western pop culture. That's why his games were literally Top Gun, Cannonball Run, Star Wars. Those aren't his games. His games were Afterburner, Outrun, Galaxy Force. But those were the correlations. Afterburner is literally Top Gun the game. Just they changed the name. And before that, Space Harrier is literally the design of Space Harrier is an anime character. I don't remember what the actual character's name was or anime, but it was the anime character. I learned that recently. I was like, what? I thought that was original. Oh. Starting to lose my love for Yu Suzuki. Okay, I never lose my love for Yu Suzuki. Let's not play. But I'm just saying, I thought he was a little bit more original. Kind of like Timbaland. I thought Timbaland, oh man, he makes them dope beats. And I realized, he's just biting all these Indian music and just putting some drums on it. Oh, okay, I see how it is, you mother flower. I was mad. I was like, you suck. Oh, time for 25K HQ. Oh, snap. Make that money, DC Nate. Make that money. Can I have $2? Or just send me some 3DS games. I gotta get some 3DS games. I got a 3DS. Oh, I didn't tell y'all. I left it in the house. I had 3DS. I think I told y'all. So I could play my one game that I bought like a year ago. So good. And it's a Sega game. That's right. Sega Forever. Forever. Did I do that right? Forever. Can't do that fast because gray. The gray. I am the silverback. Come to me. Voice. Just blew it out. Anyway. That's it. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Let me see the name again. I gotta see if you still in there. Let me see y'all do it now. Yeah. Oh, so loco. So cool. Slow cool. Wow. My Why? I don't. Okay. I am. Why can't I scroll inside of chat? I am. Can I pull it out? No, I can't. I can't pull it out of the. Well, we have more. I can't read all the chatters. Yeah. I don't know if. I don't know if Twitch is. Oh, that's not the right title name. Wait, let me put this on a bigger screen. Let me do this here. So I can see. Oh, here you go. Tiger Car, so slow, cool, and Arioka. I can't read. Arioka, so cool. Thanks y'all for hanging out on Twitch. Boop. I just closed it. Everybody in all games, appreciate y'all too, of course. Everybody in Discord, what's up? And I appreciate y'all too. Listen, anybody in nobody's in my chat. Nobody's on my server. Y'all wanna? If you guys wanna, I don't have a website to. I wonder if I could put the link
of my Discord on my like Facebook or something.
Well, if y'all guys want to join my Discord server, go to
Frickin' I don't know.
well, it's R9Cast on
Discord, but I don't know. I'd have to send you an invite or something. You know, I gotta rearrange some stuff. I got stuff going on there. But
anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging out. Go watch Game of Thrones, whatever's on, Walking Dead, whatever y'all watch. Watch that stuff.
And I will talk to see y'all. See, I don't see y'all. Y'all see me. I will talk to y'all. I will talk to y'all. I want to play it again.
Oh, it's at the end. Oh. Let me see. I'm on the tape. I'm on the prop. I'm on the tip on the top. I'm on go green on the grab. I'm on the tape. Let's rewind. And my stop on the toe. I'm on the Tim on the blow. I'm on the Flynn in the dough. I'm on the Joe. I'm on the Kim and the Co. You know what? I'm using this track and I'm doing a rhyme like that. Come on the Tim and the plap. Sim on no sap. If you no rap, I'm on condemn both tap. I had to write the words though. Alright, all games to the way. You guys in Twitch and such, you could barely hear the music, but I had to figure out a way to boost mobile.